Accurate and efficient production of plate detail, such as base, gussets, cap, splice, and haunch, has plagued the structural steel fabricating industry since its inception. Historically, production of these parts has necessitated manual layout of the individual hole locations by a skilled layout man. After layout, the plate has to be positioned manually by the operator using a single-end punching station. In recent years, this operation has been automated by use of a duplicating type table in conjunction with a single-end punch. The machine operator, by using the X and Y coordinate scale, manually punches the initial piece part to be used as a template for the subsequent production of identical piece parts. In the past, when a skewed hole pattern was required and reference was located to a point off the plate, an actual paper template would have to be produced, or an individual plate manually laid out to establish the required hole locations. Peddinghaus engineering has married today's affordable microprocessor technology with the versatile Pedimat programming software to provide a fast, accurate, and easily programmable system for producing both large and small runs. The Fabri CNC Detail Press Model 1170B for processing plate and angle has proved to be the answer for many fabricators where their needs dictate the selection of a 170-ton machine. By using the layout programming mode, individual shear or cut lines can be identified for subsequent shearing of finished parts. This greatly reduces the material handling associated with producing many similar small parts. The hydraulic system is designed to operate at a maximum pressure of 3,000 pounds per square inch. Not only does this hydraulic system use standard hydraulic components, it provides for a large cylinder bore for excellent stability during all punching applications. The Fabri punch can be provided with a single punch tooling, or as shown, with an optional triple gag configuration. This triple gag tooling enables up to 3 different hole diameters to be punched in an individual plate without necessitating any manual tool change. A large substantial cylinder ram is incorporated to accommodate the off-center loading conditions that occur when triple tooling is used. Standard self-aligning hydraulic punch tooling is incorporated in the Fabri punch design. This durable, yet economic tooling can be changed quickly where application requirements dictate. A unique 45-degree bevel is provided on the front of the die to permit the material clamps to operate in a tight proximity to the punch area without any interference. Holes can be located at a minimum of 1 1/4 inch edge distance without interference between material clamps and the die area. A critical part of any CNC plate punching unit is the design of the material clamps for processing large plates up to 1 1/4 inches in thickness. The Fabri punch utilizes a rugged hydraulic clamping mechanism which is activated by single-acting cylinders. This reduces the piping required to support the hydraulic clamps and makes for maintenance-free operation. To accommodate mill tolerance deviations in flatness and thickness, the clamp design must permit the piece part to float during strenuous punching and stripping functions. This floating eliminates the tendency of the plate to strip from the clamp mechanism. For safety, the material positioning clamps are powered by a hydraulic accumulator. This is to assure that the piece part will always be held securely within the clamps, even if an unexpected loss of power occurs during positioning of the piece part. The punch stroke travel is automatically adjusted to suit the material thickness being processed. This option uses the hydraulic stripper assembly to determine the location of the top surface of the material and presets the stroke to ensure optimum performance. Pneumatically operated cylinders are incorporated to activate the individual gags in the optional triple gag tooling configuration. This simple design permits program selection of any of the 3 different tool stations without any concern for maintaining punch and die alignment. Servo drives are used to position the piece part in 2 axes simultaneously at speeds up to 1,400 inches per minute. Ball screws, in conjunction with the servo drive system, move the piece part in the Z-axis and the positioning table in the Y-axis. Hardened shafts and ball bushings guide all positioning motions of the table and positioning clamps. Proximity switches are used to establish the zero reference, as well as the end of travel positions. The electrical and hydraulic connections required on the positioning table are neatly interfaced by using a cable carrier device. Ball transfers are incorporated into the table surface to facilitate loading and to allow for movement of the plate during positioning. This rugged design ensures the material is well supported across the entire positioning table area. To reduce potential drag between the top surface of the die and the bottom surface of the plate, the entire positioning table surface is rubber mounted. This permits the table to float or breathe during the punching cycle to ensure that the material does not drag across the face of the die during positioning moves. This robust, superior design is well proven in the field and continues to give unparalleled reliability. By program command, holes can either be punched or center punched automatically. The layout capability can be used for establishing center lines to reduce subsequent fitting operations. The depth of the layout mark is preset automatically by the punch stroke adjustment option. When producing pieces larger than 60 inches in length, the programmable material clamp repositioning option can be added. A hydraulically activated stripper and hold down is incorporated into the punch head design to secure the piece part during repositioning. The Y-axis carriage traverses simultaneously to its programmed location. With the optional oversized punching attachment, the Fabri punch will punch holes up to 1 1/2 inches in diameter. When a hole larger than 1 1/2 inches is required, such as a lifting hole for column splices, staggered punching commands can be quickly entered with the Peddinghaus software. The versatile material positioning clamps can be modified in a few minutes for positioning and punching of angle iron. Angles up to 8 by 8 by 1 1/8 can be processed in this manner. Notice that the heel of the angle is clamped up against the zero reference point, so that the hole locations in the leg of the angle will be from the heel rather than from the toe. The hydraulic power unit and reservoir are secured to the Fabri punch frame to simplify installation. A JIC component hydraulic pressure system is standard with the Fabri punch. Because of its overall simplistic yet powerful microprocessor-based design, Peddinghaus has selected the 8025 control for most structural and plate CNC applications. Today's microprocessor technology is evident in the engineering and design of this control because only 2 logic circuits are required. Because of the limited amount of hardware required, servicing has now been reduced to simply exchanging the unit, which can be accomplished in minutes. The control system is complete with a CRT to provide for required operator prompts and monitoring the various program commands. This control is standard with 28K of program memory, which can be utilized to store up to a maximum of 250 individual piece part programs. Interfaced with the CNC control is a complete package of servo drives. The electrical cabinet required to house these items is mounted to the Fabri punch frame to once again provide a clean and compact single-piece unit to simplify installation. To take full advantage of the Fabri punch design and productivity, the powerful Peddinghaus software programming system is employed. To truly appreciate the benefits that the Peddinghaus software can extend to a user, let's take a closer look at the individual programming system and briefly identify some of its many fine features. The powerful Peddinghaus programming software, which now operates under the various different window-type platforms, is the result of over a decade of research, development, and comprehension of the needs of the industry worldwide. The power of the Peddinghaus programming system addresses the various detailing practices that are found on the world market: inch, decimal, or metric. Typically, the hole or layout marks can be entered using the absolute coordinate locations, the dimension from the previous operation, or from a reference located off the plate. The operator or programmer can view the part with dimensions of the various programmed holes and layout marks for verification. When viewing larger parts, the zoom feature of the Peddinghaus program is used for visual inspection. Peddinghaus can be furnished with the optional DXF file conversion program for going directly from typical CAD detail drawings to Peddinghaus. Presently, users have experienced the quick payback that the Fabri punch generates in their operation. Typically, the major benefits that users state are: eliminates layout, automatic layout of center lines when required, reduced material handling, performs the work of 4 to 6 men using manual methods. Predictable accuracy reduces costly back charges. Isn't it time for you to substantially reduce plate and angle detail fabrication costs? If you are going to remain strong in today's competitive marketplace, you owe yourself the proven cost saving and advantages of the Fabri-Punch CNC detail punch system from Peddinghaus Corporation.